Can be a really pretty day-to-day look, or if you're going on a date or an event or whatever you have going on, this will suit it. And I think it will suit a lot of people as well. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. So today I was thinking of just having a little play around. My skin is not doing well at all. It's really dry and I'm peeling around my mouth at the moment. So don't expect anything too revolutionary base-wise, and if the texture looks a bit off, that's why. But I was thinking of doing some sort of rosy pink soft glam look. I'm feeling quite inspired by my ABH soft glam palette, especially this sort of shade, the rosy pink shade. So I thought I'd just have a little play around with that and see where it takes us. So I'm just going to jump straight into it really. My skin's still got quite a few spots, so I'm gonna go in with my L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. I'm gonna give that a good shake and take it on my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. I'm just gonna start with 2 pumps on the sponge and just dot that all over my face. Yeah, my skin is so dry at the moment and it's just peeling off around my mouth, and I'm not really sure what I'm meant to do about that. It just looks so rubbish under makeup and just feels so tight. I'm trying literally every sort of moisturizing thing, but nothing is working. It's definitely to do with the sort of acne treatment I have got going on, so I'm hoping it will just go away eventually. In the meantime, we're just gonna have to deal with it because I'd rather have dry skin that's clear than spotty skin that isn't. So as you can see, that has blended out really nice, and that is one of my favourite cheaper foundations. It does give a good coverage and a very natural finish. I wouldn't say it's either matte or dewy, it is just perfect natural satin finish. Okay, so now I'm going to take the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer, just dot that under my eyes a bit and in some high points. I'm going to blend that out first, and then I'm going to go in with more on some prominent acne. Just take my sponge and dab that in again. Once again, this is a really affordable product that is got amazing quality as well. Okay, and I'm just going to take it on any more spots that are still peeking through. I'm not going to do them all, so I'm just going to let some poke through, and I'm just going to dab that, trying to keep as much coverage where I've put the concealer. The makeup is already flaking around my mouth. This is not going to be a good base makeup day, so hopefully I can redeem it with the eyes. And sometimes it just goes like that. Sometimes your makeup just doesn't sit how you want it to, and that's okay because we're human, we all have texture, we always have something that isn't perfect going on in our face. Okay, so I'm relatively happy with how that looks at the moment. So just before the concealer begins to crease under my eyes, I'm going to take some Too Faced Born This Way loose setting powder and just take a tiny bit in the lid and just run it underneath. This is on a ZOEVA Luxe highlight brush, which I'm obviously not using for highlight. And I'm going to run some on the lid just to set before we do some eyeshadow. Do I want to do eyeshadow or base first? I'm going to do the base first. I'm going to use some cream products and let them sort of set whilst I do my eyeshadow. So I'm going to take my Chanel cream bronzer. This is the Lay Beiges one. Just swirl my Sigma F50 brush in it. And I go heavy with bronzer, especially when I'm doing a bit more of a heavier look. I'm not actually expecting this to be too heavy. Anything that's more than bronzer on my eyes calls for me to pack on the rest of the bronzer. I'm going to keep it light with the amount of powders I'm using on my face today, just because of that dryness. I won't even need to set this area because it already isn't cute. As you can see, that's just added a really nice warmth across my whole face. If I feel the need, I might just apply a bit more later, but at the moment I'm going to just stick with that. Okay, and I think this will suit the sort of eye look I'm going for because it's pretty neutral. It's the MAC Glow Play Blush in Grand. I'm going to take that on a Morphe M427 brush. You can use your fingers for this blush, but I like to just swirl it in. Apply it to the tops of my cheekbones and across my nose. Lots on the nose. This should really then tie it together with the rest of the face. Yeah, as you can see, this is the problem when I have really dry skin. So I'll put the makeup on and just my skin, it does not settle on my skin, and because the sort of outer layers are shedding, makeup just comes off of spots so easily. So I'm going to still have quite a few spots poking through, but let's embrace it. Okay, so I'm going to dive into the Soft Glam palette. This palette is genuinely one of my favorites out there, and if I never know what to do, I will always reach for this one. So on a Morphe M441, I'm going to take Burnt Orange, just a tiny bit, and I'm going to really build it up slowly in my crease. So sort of do swirly windshield motions right at the top. I like to go quite high up because I find I've got like one eye that's slightly hooded and that makes them look a bit more even, especially when I go really high up. And I'm gonna focus some of that on the outer corner and just sort of wing it out. Not a lot, just so there is a bit more of a V shape instead of round. And I find the tip is whenever doing any eyeshadow, it is always beneficial to just build up slowly. I know some people like to do one eye at a time, but then I find I lose track of what I'm doing, so I'm going to do them at the same time. I'm just going to keep building that colour up a bit more, just until I get to the sort of desired depth I want, and focusing on that outer corner because I want that to be quite, not dark, just have a lot more colour there. I mean, I want it to be a bit more orangey because I'm thinking the pink will go a bit more on the lid and inner corner. And I want to really diffuse them edges. I'm not a big fan of how much of that orange is now in the inner corner. So if you ever do that, I just take the same brush in a loose powder and just swirl that in the inner corner. Is this my inner corner? It's like just under my brow bone. And that will just soften it a bit. Also helps to blend. So I'm just going to take a smaller, more dense brush. This is the Morphe M433 in Sienna, just a tiny bit darker, and pack that in the outer V and slowly into the crease like that. Just in little swirly motion, blend it out. Now I'm being light as a feather here and really holding the brush really far down because this helps keep the colour where I've placed it. Tiny bit more of that one. I mean, I'm sort of bringing it right into the outer of the lash line. If you find you struggle to blend something, especially when you're working with darker shades, I just go back to the light shades, so burnt orange, and just blend that over the top, and it just helps mesh everything seamlessly. Okay, so I did start by saying I'm going to just stick to the outer V, but I have sort of brought it into the lash line, so we're going to go with it. And I'm just going to take the same on the other eye. This is sort of where we're at now. I'm just going to go back in with that original blending brush and just go back over the crease and just make sure I'm diffusing the edges a lot. Okay, and now I'm going to take a packing brush. This is the ZOEVA Luxe Smoky Shader in the rose pink shade. Now this one is gorgeous, especially if you get a bit scared of pinks. It's so glam, but neutral at the same time, and it is really wearable. Okay, I just really hope this doesn't have fallout. And I'm just going to pack that on my lid, going a little bit up towards the crease and joining it with the darker shadow in the outer corner. I'm gonna go in with the second layer and just pack the colour on. You can use your finger, but I don't really want to get messy right now. Yeah, I really like that. I'm just gonna go back in with my blending brush and just blend the outer edges and it together with the outer corner. I'm gonna do the same to the other eye. I'm not sure how the colour is playing off in the camera, but it does look a lot more pink in real life, but it is a really warm, nice pink. I feel like that has covered the sienna shade right in the outer corner. I am going to take an even smaller brush. This is the Morphe M506, back in that sienna shade, and just swirl it right into the lash line and outer corner. Okay, and I'm just going to take that brush and blend it out. Now this is looking ultra glam. I am going to take another sponge with the Too Faced loose powder and try and clean up under my eye, just sharpen the bottom. Okay, yeah, I really like that. And I'm going to take my MAC Soft and Gentle highlighter just on a pencil brush in the inner corner, and I'm going to sweep it to the first third of the lash line and run it right in that crease. It just kind of lightens that portion. I think it always adds something to a look. I got that from Ali Glinds on YouTube. Okay, and with a petite crease brush from ZOEVA, I'm just going to take the burnt orange shade and run that on my lower lash line. And I might mix in a little of the rose pink as well to the center of it. Yeah, I like how that looked. You could apply a liquid liner here, I think it'd be really nice, but I'm not good with liquid liner and I have not figured out how to get the right shape for my eye. So I'm just gonna stick with this, but if you want to do anything a bit more, go ahead. And the same goes for lashes. I'm just gonna use my L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara, but if you're a false lash kind of gal, put them on, it will look amazing. Can I do a video where I do not get mascara everywhere? What joke. Okay, I'll clean up under my eyes in a second. I just need to wait for it to dry. Okay, I really like that eye look. I think it looks really nice. I'm now going to take my NYX micro brow pencil and just fill in my eyebrows. Nothing too crazy. just going to finish them off with a bit of clear mascara in my eyebrows just to lock them in place. And I'm going to go back in with my MAC highlighter on a pencil brush and just go under my brow bone. As well, I'm going to take that on my Morphe M451 highlighting brush and just go for the rest of my face, so on my nose, cheekbones. This is one of my favourite highlighters. It is my ride or die. It's going to come with me to my grave. I think I need a warmer blush. I think I might take this bottom shade from the ZOEVA palette. This is Celebration. It does look really shimmery, so I'm going to go in with a light hand with a Real Techniques blush brush. Just feel I need something a bit more peachy brown. I'm not sure if that's any better, but I like it. Okay, and my final step is lips. I'm not wanting to do anything too intense because as well as my skin, my lips are literally peeling. I think if I put on any sort of lipstick, it's just gonna flake and peel right off. So I think I'm gonna take my Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in Fussy. I think that'll pull out the rosy pink shade really nice. Before that, I'm just gonna rub off the foundation from my lip, just so it doesn't mess with the color. I think that goes quite nice. I might have preferred Fenty Glow, but that's downstairs, so we're just gonna go with Fuzzy for today. Oh yes, and can't forget to finish off with some setting spray. I'm gonna take my Charlotte Tilbury Airblush Flawless setting spray. This stuff locks your makeup in. Your makeup will not come off with this. Okay, and there is the final look. I think it's really gorgeous, and I think depending on how much makeup you like to wear, this can be a really pretty day-to-day look, or if you're going on a date or an event or whatever you have going on, this will suit it. And I think it will suit a lot of people as well. And it wasn't too hard to do. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you want to see more of me, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll be in your subscription box all the time now. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.